Okay, guys. Got Eric Nelson in the house. Got a 394 here. He brought it. It's got a 395 top end, that's cool. That's cool. But this saw had a funny problem. He brought it because he knew that he had a good saw here. That really don't have a lot of time on it, does it?
No, it wasn't.
It ain't like what some of them are.
It wasn't logged with it. They cut firewood with it exclusively. So it was one of the reasons I bought it. It was in just exceptional shape.
So here's what it was doing. Saw it start, rev up, come back to an idle, and then it'd run out of gas.
Right.
That's the symptom. Okay, let's chase that running out of gas symptom. Where do you start? Fuel delivery. Okay, that has to do with the impulse, the fuel line, fuel filter. Check all that. We're clear. Still running out of gas. You couldn't turn your low jet far enough to get it where it'd run. It'd start and then it'd run and then just kind of give right up, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Just like it was out of gas.
It would just constantly fail.
So, we went into the carburetor. And, yeah, we found a little sawdust in the top. Nothing major, just enough. So, okay, well, let's just clean this up good. So we go through all that and do the carb. Checked our needle height, it's right, spot on. Made sure everything was open, and it was. Preset the carb, throw it back on. Guess what it did? Run out of gas, didn't it? Yeah. It'd start, run. You'd think, oh, we got this now. Run right out of gas. I know what's wrong with that now. Because we have eliminated it being a fueling problem, a carburetor problem, impulse problem. It's none of that. It's not the coil or any of that because it's got killer spark. Trust me, knocking on your butt. We started to saw. I said, I'll bet you we got a base gasket leaking. And I said, I think it's probably going to be right underneath that carburetor, right on the intake. Mm-hmm. Eric starts the saw, and we get the handy-dandy brake cleaner out, because this doesn't burn. It don't. Eric's got saw running. We sprayed that. Boom! Died just like that, didn't it?
Instantly. It was amazing how quick it just knocked the saw right out.
So, some of your carburetor issues can be vacuum leaks more than you know. And that's something to be wareful on. It can happen. Did we have that gasket right here?
I don't know what we ended up doing with that RV. But,
I think we tossed the gasket.
It was destroyed.
It sucked. It sucked the gasket.
Yeah, it did.
And,
it blew out. It blew out one whole side of it completely.
So what we did,
the intake side was all blown out.
It was, wasn't it?
It was, because that right portion of the case is very thin right there, as far as the surface is concerned.
And it had two funny notches in that gasket where it has to seal up. That wasn't helping anything.
No, that's the thinnest part of the whole case, and the gasket was thinnest there. And I'm like, that's not really right, and it blew out. Because this saw was, I had a buddy of mine build it who's a good builder, and the gasket failed. You know, that's what happened with this. But in the back part of that case, with the intake part of that case, that side of it, that gasket just was wiped out. That's it.
So first solution is gasket's a problem. We don't want no stinging gasket. So we cleaned the cylinder up and the deck of the saw and checked our squish. So we got good squish. We're safe. It's real good. And so we're going to use motorcycle engine assembly silicone when we put this back together. But here's the good news. We are going to port this saw. We are going to open the transfers up. We're going to put the degree wheel on it first, which I'm not doing this right this second, but we are going to degree this, see what our numbers are. And we're going to port this on. We'll catch that on video. We got probably a couple videos we're going to make tomorrow. And we're going to see how nice these run. Now, these are a strong saw. They don't need a lot of work, but they have some issues that we're going to correct. We're going to do to this saw what the factory could have, and we're going to give it that little bit extra that Iron Horses love so much, and Eric will be happy with it. If you want to laugh, that saw that we built for Eric there, the red, white, and blue, I was running that on the bench with no top cover or anything on that, running perfect. Well, after yesterday's video, wouldn't start. We learned something. Now, with that aftermarket plastic, the impulse is a quarter inch too short. There's the OEM impulse.
Right.
We had to use the impulse that comes with for the aftermarket plastic. It's just a little longer. We lost our vacuum. That's what we did. And we didn't know that because we didn't start that saw until after Eric was here and after yesterday's video. We got her running like a golden child, don't we?
Oh yeah, it runs
Yeah, yeah,
it's crazy. You'll see it.
He's gonna have a nice saw. Probably some of you didn't see. Yeah, grab it down. We'll show it to him one more time. For those of you that didn't see yesterday's video,
God, that's beautiful.
this is Eric's saw. We built that just for Eric.
Turned out special.
Yeah, nice saw. OEM, yeah, and you guys have seen it. We autographed it. Hopefully, we get time tomorrow afternoon. We're going to run these in the wood. And I want to take this one too. We got a few saws. We got 10 I'd like to run. Let's see how many we get to.
Right.
That'd be the fun part. So, you'll see what's going on with these tomorrow. Now, what's way cool is that little pipe that Josh built. Bolts on that, just like a dream. You want that on there, Eric?
Why not?
You could always put your stock muffler back on. Good
Of
job.
course. That fits perfectly. And I think they make great power.
They do.
They make great power.
They do. Now, this is the original muffler bolts. This just came up. See that square on them? That slides right in there. Muffler slides out on both. There's two of them. Well, that's so that doesn't rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, if we use a common bolt, what we're going to do, we have to run short bolts. What we're going to do is weld just like a piece of a quarter-inch key, probably, just a little short piece on that bolt so that it can't rotate when you're tightening it, because that's a problem. And that's how we're going to solve that issue.
Exactly. It'll just keep spinning on you. You won't be able to tighten the nut up to draw the pipe on. So
Now, I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to show it to Eric. We're going to set this down. Eric's a dirt bike guy. Tell him what kind of bike you got.
I just got a CR 500.
Just a CR 500.
It's perfect.
Yeah, just perfect CR 500. It's
actually,
immaculate.
It's bored to a 505, so it's got plenty of get up.
Okay, so he knows what reeds do. And this actually, what I done was mimicked on this 372 cylinder that I showed you guys. I mimicked what CR 500's. There's that piston we built in that lathe.
I think it turned out perfect.
That's
for a stock piston to make that.
Well, that's actually one of the highway pistons.
Yeah.
But this is for a 272.
Yeah, it's a 272 highway piston,
And
but he made a dome into it.
Yeah.
He cut a dome into it. He put in the right tooling, put it into the lathe, and just removed that area on the outside. And it turned out fantastic.
Yeah, and then we cleaned. I haven't cleaned this one up. But it was the one for Keith Wesley we cleaned up so far.
Sure.
But there, see, we had to take the timing out of this intake.
Right.
So that's quite a hole for an intake.
Yes. Yeah. I mean the port work on that intake is great. That's nice. That's gonna make a big difference.
Okay, see the notch in this is our window on our piston,
Right.
just like CR 500s.
Yeah.
So when you put that together, that piston is not controlling timing either. And that's something you have to do. I don't know if anybody's done this on YouTube yet. There's some crazy boogers out there. Crazy as me. Crazier probably. But here's that reed. Carbon fiber reeds. It's a baby dirt bike reed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's set up the exact same way.
And it drops right in there.
Yeah, it's set up the exact same way. Boom.
Then we have an intake manifold that goes onto it, and we cut the rubber intake just about exactly in half. Pop that right on there, and you got a running saw, don't you?
Exactly.
Isn't that something?
Well, it just takes a little thinking, a little ingenuity, and some time, and you can figure it out.
I can't wait to get back to that one. Do you guys realize I've got about 5 deadly serious projects I've started and haven't been able to finish? We're trying to get all the saws to their homes that don't belong here, and when we do that, we're gonna open this whole bag up for this winter. It's gonna be epic. It really is. I guess I better put this back. I'll tell you what. I put things in bags and label them and write on what was going on and why I did what I did.
There's no mistake in that.
No. when you start playing with different saws, you wouldn't believe how many carcasses of saws we have, and some of them are buildable.
Sure.
Some of them are just junk. Some of them have got just one case side that's good, but the one that's 3 boxes over will have the other side that's good. That kind of thing. You know, this one will have a good crank, but it ain't got nothing else. The other one's got a perfect top end and don't have nothing else. So that's how you get to building things like old junkyard dog up there with a banana pipe on it. You know,
what a great saw that is.
Well, we got our steels up here.
Sure.
Pioneers on the end.
Yeah.
Try to get where you see them. And you know what we did last night? We barbecued. It was done special, just some T-bones. Had good times, didn't we?
Yeah, you could peel them apart with your hands.
Oh, yeah, they turned out nice. I wish you guys could be with us. If we ever have another bucket stock, I want you there, guys. I just saying, you don't want to miss it, because when you see bucket stock videos, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's so many like-minded people in the same spot. So many nice people like Eric and his wife. Colin had Eric's wife over in the music room playing drums today. And I thought it was Colin, didn't you?
She has never played her in her life, and he got her, she picked it up in like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And was playing.
The timing part. And he was they did just like 1 or 2 songs, and he kept coaching her. This is their stops, this is what you're doing, this is your rolls, here's where they belong.
She loves it.
And really doing a remarkable job. Guitar, Barb had her in I guess in her little studio in the house, and was teaching her some chords and rhythm on guitar. So that was kind of cool. And so I think she came here thinking she might be a little bored, but she ain't bored, is she? Lot going on.
Can't wipe the smile off her face. She's
not with a brick. Yeah, not with a brick.
Had a blast.
Last night we went over to the music room. We just messing around. Did a little bit of music together, you know, just at whatever level we wanted to do.
Sure.
And did a little singing together, and Colin was on the drums, Barb played guitar, and I sat behind my mixer with my little easy chair and did my thing, and we had a lot of fun, didn't we?
Oh, it was a great time.
Of course, poor Eric, working all week, getting up and getting out here and driving, and I was a tired puppy last night. What about you?
Oh, I was too. I didn't. As soon as I hit the sheets, I was done.
Yeah, yeah. There was no coming back from that.
No,
And,
no, man. We've had great weather and everything's been a lot of fun. So I'm just glad that we had the opportunity to get this done, and meet each other and just have a blast. That's what it's all about.
This is the third time Eric's been out. Third, right?
Yeah,
This is the third time.
With the COVID and not being able to go anywhere or do anything, and
That's right.
we've all are healthy and have been tested, and so we're fine, and we're allowed to go state to state now and see some friends, and which thank God.
But for how long, we don't know, so we're taking advantage of it.
Things could change.
We're looking at the short life on this one. You're going to get your moments. Grab them when you got them. Because
Right.
I'm going to warn you, you never know what the future brings. That's good advice, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. That's
It
for
really
sure.
is.
Yeah.
Of course, Colin, he's pretty piped. He's having a lot of fun. Got a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
Daryl Burgess, how you doing, buddy?
Darryl,
Yeah,
he's the man. He's a good dude.
he is. Wait till you meet Lane and Warren. Warren's the oldest.
Yeah.
And wait till you meet them. I
I
haven't
think
met
the
Warren.
family. I think they're all fantastic.
Oh,
people.
yeah.
If from what I've heard, they're all great guys.
Yeah, they're just awesome people. Now, we're going to take tomorrow, and we're going to do what it takes with that 384. You'll see the videos, and we're going to try our darndest to get these saws. We'll get these saws run together, won't we, somehow?
Oh, we will.
We're going to do it. So we got that.
We know we need to do it. Today was about getting numbers and seeing where the problem was, and we chased the fuel filter. It wasn't the fuel filter. It wasn't the fuel line. It wasn't the impulse line.
It wasn't the
Wasn't
carburetor.
the carburetor. Wasn't any of the boots or collars or anything else. And then it just ends up being, what else could it be? And it's like then you start going down to the base gasket or the case seals. And we saw that one side of the cylinder was a little bit wet, and down at the base gasket, and
That's
we
a sure
checked-
sign.
We checked the bolts, and sure enough, one of them had gotten loose on that side. So you got to always make sure you tighten and torque those when you finish building them. And it blew the gasket right out. It blew it. that whole basically that whole corner was ripped, and the remnants was still there, but it was leaking bad right there.
So, when we get the numbers, get the saw built, it doesn't need a big break-in because the piston cylinders already run together on that saw just a little bit, a couple, 3 heat cycles. We're going to bar that sucker up, and we're going to throw in some wood. We're going to run a pair of red, white, and blue 66 mags together in the wood same time. Think that's going to be epic.
That's gonna be great.
We're going to run this junkyard dog,
Yeah.
and that's... I'm not going to say it, but you get, as long as it isn't too big of wood, I got an idea Junkyard Dog is going to run right with them Magnums.
Oh yeah.
I gotta, yeah, it might
It's a
run a
good
little
saw.
harder than that.
Could be. Hey,
Until you bury the bar. When that tip gets buried, boy, that's the difference in a big saw, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's when the big saws just turn right on.
That's when the torque, it definitely is on your side.
Eric owns his own skidder. Does logging, runs heavy equipment. He's got a lot on the plate. I like building saws for people like Eric. I like being friends with anybody that's like Eric. Period. I don't care who you are.
Everybody on the channel's like us.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
It is 15,000 great people.
Oh, but no, we just hit 14,000.
14,000, excuse me.
14,000 subs today.
Right.
That's because of you guys. It ain't because of me.
It's incredible. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves to see it. People can't wait to watch the videos. They like the content. We get there's great feedback. It's just a joy to enjoy it.
By the way, yesterday was not my birthday. I just want you to know that. It would have been better if they would have said Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Because you'd have known it wasn't. My birthday's in January. I want you to know that.
You might not have gotten back to see him then, so it was. It was
an early birthday present.
Exactly.
Okay, but They just
might
said
as well tell them when your birthday is then.
Yeah, it's in January.
It's
That's
in
what I'll tell
January.
you.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it wasn't my birthday, but thanks anyway. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But look at it. If it wasn't been my birthday, wouldn't
I couldn't
Come
believe
on.
the
At
response
61?
was incredible. The response was incredible.
that
Everybody
61 husky?
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better birthday present or Christmas present or
Right.
or anything. So we took it as it was given, and we love it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what we do with that. Okay, we're gonna go back to what we was doing, and we're gonna get something done. So we got something for you tomorrow. We'll see you later.
Take care.
Goodbye.